I'd like to introduce you to the NLAM3. This is a 1990 BMW M3, 81,000 original miles. This thing is as original as it gets, and guess what, guys? We're gonna keep it that way. We're keeping this thing completely original, Diamschwarz black, new paint. Have I ever owned an M3? No. Have I ever worked on an M3? No. I've worked on a ton of E30s, so this is right up my alley. That's right, NLAM3, as the license plate says. This thing is going to be a complete factory restoration. I mean, most of us are commoners, right? We have the E30, we have 325s, 318s, but seeing an M3 in person is just truly rewarding. It really is. I mean, just the curves or everything about an M3 is just different than an E30, just a general E30. Everything from the rear trunk, the rear windscreen, and the angle that it's at is supposed to be more aerodynamic for racing. Obviously the wheel arches and the side skirts and the front and rear bumpers that go along with that. In fact, the only thing that's really the same from a stock E30 is the doors and the hood. I mean, everything is just different. That's why these are so rare to find in such good condition. Even the windscreen seal is different, right? To be more aerodynamic for racing. This is an amazing, amazing example of an E30 M3 that has been very well kept, but the owner still wants it even more perfect. They want it perfecter, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. So let's take a look under the hood and see what this S14 looks like. All right, this is a completely stock 2.3 liter S14. We're gonna be doing a full, complete, grounds up restoration on just about everything with this car, and it is going to be amazing. But just looking at the magnificence of this as just a general car, I mean, this is just so rare to see. And to be able to work on such an amazing car like this is such a gift. I feel honored to be working on this for my customer, and doing this much of a grounds up restoration on this is just such an honor. And working on this S14 and taking it out and just inspecting it, you know, and this is such a cool thing, just so cool, you know? Everything about this car is just so cool. We got seats with red piping, but don't worry, that ain't staying. We're gonna be going to factory Recaro upgrade seats. This is gonna be perfect look for this black Diamschwarz M3. It's got a nice 370 millimeter M-Tech 2, and it's got a gauge cluster that needs to be completely revisited. It's got fake carbon fiber in there with the E46 rings. It just doesn't look good, and it will need to be revamped back to complete M3, E30 M3 standards. But I still think it's important to go for a quick test drive and see how this compares to a regular E30. Did you notice how I did that? I shifted up to go second. You know why? Because this is a dogleg transmission. That's right. First is down, second is up. That's called a power shift. Very rarely do you see an M3 with a dogleg transmission, so this one is particularly unique. Now, everything on this car is going to be replaced. Everything from, except the dogleg transmission. The seats, the fender liner, everything on the engine essentially will be completely rebuilt. Every clip, carb, screw, nut, bolt, seal, gasket, suspension's gonna get upgraded, sway bar's gonna get upgraded, paint's gonna get upgraded, seats are gonna be redone. We're gonna be doing a 5-minute video series on this, guys. 5 minutes each video. If I have to release 10 videos in a week, I'll do it, but they're gonna be 5 minutes apiece. Gonna be small, tiny chunks of information for you guys to take on throughout your daily life. I know that the power band isn't up until the 5K range, but I'm not gonna push this thing. It's an old lady right now. We're gonna revamp her into a young buck. So join me, guys, in this stream of consciousness 5-minute video series I'd like to call the NLAM3.